Hello, hi, good afternoon. My name is Mr. Daraton, your lecture on CP computer programming. Now, today we are doing the theory part of HTML. HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now, what is HTML? This is the first website creating language. Now, over the period of years, many programming languages have been developed, including HTML itself have been changing, and there are other softwares that they have also developed in using for creating the website. Now, HTML that we are to deal with today, it's HTML5. Now you will use it both in paper 1 and also paper 2. Paper 2 you'll be doing it practically, but paper 1 you'll write it theoretically. Now in paper 1 there are advantages of HTML as well as the disadvantages of HTML, and also there are other advantages of designing tool, because HTML is just one of the designing tool. There are also other tools to design using. Now the other designing tools that we can use, it's softwares like Brackets, Dreamweaver, Wix, and Visual Studio as well. So the advantage is that there are more other softwares. No, no, no. Um. Oh, sorry about that. Now let's continue. Now, um, the softwares that we can use when dealing with HTML5, we can use Notepad. We can as well use Visual Studio. Now, paper 1 and paper 2, there are HTML tags that you will have to use in both. Like I said in the previous teaching, is that whatever we open, we must as well also close in programming, and 80% of what we open, we also close. Same applies here on HTML. And then there are those brackets, like I don't know what they are called, that we use when we open and we also close. It's just that when you open it, they are only like this, but when we close, there is also forward slash. Now the important tags for HTML are the tags like doc type. Doc type, it is used to identify the type of document, of which the type of document you are to use, it's an HTML. Now we have got the tag that we use when we open, it's an HTML, and we close with a forward slash and those brackets that I spoke about, and then HTML, and we use them to tell the browser to know that the file that is reading it's in HTML. And we also have got the tag like a head tag, which is an engine or a source of our website, right? And we have got a title, which is found inside the head, and it's like the surname. It specifies the origin or where we have found a title, and it's also found on a title bar. Now we've got the body tag, where everything that is found in the website, it is done there. We have got like a hashtag, which is the heading. Now we have got what we call it a p tag, which is a paragraph tag. We use it to create a paragraph. Now if you notice, when it comes to HTML, there are different between opening and closing it. Like I said, there's a forward slash that we use now when we open. When we close the tag. Now website, it's like a human body, that it has got a head, a body, and also a foot. And on the head, that's where we put our title. When we say this is the head, when we say this is the surname, this is the person's sign, when we are calling. And there's what we call it a body, where we find everything, the heading, the paragraph, the pictures, the music, everything that we see on the website. And there's also what we call it a foot. And on the foot, that's where we have got the copy rights reserved. Now let's get into the business now. When designing a form, there are three things you need to put in mind: the field set, the legend, and also the input elements. When we speak about the input elements, we're speaking about, you remember when we deal with the VB, Visual Basic, there's an issue like a text box, radio button, date text box, email box, comma box, and the detail box. All those things, they are also found when we are creating a website using HTML. Now, I said firstly, field set. Now, what is a field set? Field set is the element used to group item inside a website. You know, on VB we have got something that is called a group box, if you remember. Yes, a group box on this side of an HTML, it's called field set. Now, what is a legend? Legend, this is an element used to specify the heading of a field set. If you check your group box on VB, you find that the group box has got the heading on top, né? So when you want to add the heading on an HTML of the group box, you use the legend. Now we have got the label elements, and we use the label elements to name or to link a control with a name. And the tag that we use to control are always inside the label tag, like the name of a student, and then we put it inside that brackets again, and then on the outside we write a name, and then we'll know that this one is specifying the name of the student. Note, there's a difference between a head and the heading. When it comes to HTML, there's a difference between a head and a heading. So when we speak of the head, that's where we find our title. When we speak of the heading, is the what do I call it in a simple English, is the title of the paragraph that we are to deal with. Okay. Now the last few important tags that you need to know, it's BR tag, which breaks the line of a paragraph, and it doesn't require you to open or to close. It works simple as that. You just put that, and then inside you write BR. It will break the line and then go underneath without opening or closing. You just put it like that. Now if you want to make your HTML project maybe on a specific line to be bold, you use a B tag. It will bold it, and then I for italic, U for underlining, and Q for making a quotation. Now on a menu navigation, we find the clickable menu that sometimes it is vertically or horizontally. For vertical menu, you code it as it is, it will be